Snow algae and spirulina cooling mask. Now this again, really, really interesting blend. I found the snow algae, and in fact, the same company that makes the snow algae culture extract is the same company that introduced the apple, the Edelweiss, a lot of these stem cell culture extracts that I was talking to you about when we were reviewing the Mary Stem serum. And again, keep in mind that we're not harvesting any of these materials, right? We're taking the plant in a growing laboratory condition. We're able to then take that metabolite, culture it, right? Culture the cells, and then extract the metabolites afterwards. Culturing it and then taking what's inside the growing plant and getting the benefits out of it. Keep in mind again that the snow algae, it grows this beautiful pink hue on the top of these Swiss alpine peaks. Right? And the reason why is because again, that's huge altitude that we're dealing with, the extreme cold temperatures that you see up there. It doesn't allow for those algae to be able to produce chlorophyll. So it produces this pretty exclusive profile of carotenoids, different types of beta carotene and carotenoids that give us this really, really pink color. The spirulina, interestingly enough, when we get it, it's a powder. And it's not green, it's actually blue. Another really cool thing is when we're producing this inside the manufacturing facility, when we first start making it, it's this really, really intense blue color. But unfortunately, the spirulina itself is not light stable. So the color is removed within a matter of a couple hours. You don't see it anymore, but it's really, really neat when it first starts coming together. But it's recognized as a superfood, and there's some incredible nutrients that we find within the skin. The main attraction here, in order to get that cooling, is a menthol alternative. Right, so we're using a menthol alternative to get that cooling sensation. You've got to be very careful with things like that because it can actually stimulate the skin. Right? And we had a couple iterations of this where it was just too much. It felt really, really cool, but it actually started to spike the stimulating senses in the skin. I remember the first time that I tested this product, we were testing it on, I brought it to a class. This is before we actually ever launched it. I brought it to a class and I put it on a client's skin during a demonstration, someone that I knew. And I asked her, I said, how does it feel? Does it feel cool? And she said, it feels cold in my dermis. I'm like, okay, perfect, we're on to something. So yeah, so the longer that you leave it on the skin, the more the client will feel that cooling sensation. So if any type of windburn, sunburn, excessive sun exposure, or irritation, this is gonna help generate that cooling sensation. It's also become anecdotally one of the things that's best at helping to remove the firming peptide mask. Right, so we'll talk firming peptide mask here in just a little bit, but mixing this with a little bit of the lipid replacing cleansing gel, getting a really nice foam. Right, we've had a lot of our clients that are showcasing and highlighting this. They're using the fluffier brushes that we have and really building up a nice lather with the lipid replacing cleansing gel and this one together. And it helps to break that hardness, that hardened shell of the firming peptide mask. Anybody using this one for that specifically? Great on its own, but great additional use for removing that product.